Detroit Den 313. We're back. Stephen Will talking that Detroit Lions football. Before we get going, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and do not forget the bell icon so you don't miss any of our new content. Steve, lay it on the people.
The NFL hates the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Hey,
End of story.
Yeah.
End of story. We're looking through the schedule. Schedule came out yesterday. The NFL just hates the Detroit Lions. They hate that we were successful last year. They're stacking the deck against us. How do you feel about the schedule as a whole?
Steve, I absolutely love up until the bye. I think that I could definitely see the Detroit Lions being 4-0 going into that bye week. Then you come out of the bye week fresh, going against those Cowgirls, and we can get the revenge game. I like that. Minnesota Vikings, who knows? I don't even know who's going to be playing quarterback at that time. Maybe we go get JJ, maybe we hunting JJ. That'll be pretty cool. But those Titans, and then stuff gets real. We were talking about it a little bit. The schedule after that absolutely terrifies me. I feel like the NFL said, listen, you guys had a nice little comeback, or I don't even know if you want to call it a comeback, arrive on the scene season last year. It was cool. It was sweet. Now let's see if you guys are the real deal. How do you feel about it? Because I'm
terrified. Absolutely terrified. As a whole, just looking at the schedule, I see 6 primetime games. That fits. I like it. We got 2 Sunday night footballs. We got 2 Thursday games. Both are at home. 2 Monday night games. 1 home, 1 away, and 1 home, 1 away on the Sunday night football as well. So the NFL looks at us and they say, all right, this is a primetime team. Nobody wants to see the Jets and Zach Wilson trotted out there on primetime like we did, 17 times last year. Yeah. I think every one of their games was primetime, and every one of their games I fell asleep watching. Yeah, the NFL has recognized us, but I tell you what, I'm upset and kind of pissed. We have a week 5 bye. I'm pretty sure we're like one of the first teams to have a bye week.
Yeah.
We played the second most football last year. And now we got to come in and play 4 games. And then, oh, hey, here's your bye week. So go ahead and play week 6 through 18. So 12 straight weeks of football, with pretty much your only break in there is that second Thursday game, where after that you get 10 days off. So I guess it's like a mini bye week, but a week 5 bye is kind of a slap in the face for a team that went to the NFC Championship game.
That's tough sailing, man. It's tough sailing. I'm wondering if the NFL is looking at us as a team that's probably going to be a 1 seed though.
Have to be.
You know what I mean? Because other than that, man, it's going to be tough sailing, but I think we're built for it. What's our motto this year? It's going to take more. So, hey, it's definitely going to take more to get through the season. And I love the mentality that we got, but we're definitely going to see if we're a tough, gritty team, because this is going to be a grind, man.
Yeah, after the Tennessee game, I'm looking at my phone here. October 27th, we play the Titans. After that, Green Bay, Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, Thanksgiving for Chicago, Green Bay at home on Thursday Night Football, Buffalo at home, and then 2 games on the road, 1 against the Bears, 1 against the Niners, and then home against the Vikings to wrap up the season. That game does not have a day or determine. I know they're leaving that open for a flex, but that is a tough stretch where really you only get an extra couple days once to rest and recover. It's brutal.
Yeah, I was looking through the schedule, and I seen a couple people on Twitter posting what they think that our record is going to be. I'm gonna hold off on that because I got to see who gets through camp, and let us, get a little bit closer to camp. At least for me, get a little bit closer to camp and see, hey, who got banged up, on our team and the other teams. Who's actually going to be out there. Who the heck is going to be starting at the quarterback positions, all that type of stuff before I'm picking. But I do like us to start off hot, but man, it's going to be tough going through this thing. I kind of was hoping that we played the Chicago Bears a little bit earlier. I don't like the idea of letting Caleb Williams get his feet under him.
Let's get him week 1. Get him while he's still wet.
Yeah, get him while he's still a baby, man. We don't get him until Thanksgiving, man. So our first encounter with Caleb will be Thanksgiving, man, and then it's December 22nd. So I don't like that, man. I wish we would have got those guys earlier. Like we got Green Bay November 3rd. I would have liked to have Chicago then, or even with the Minnesota Vikings October 20th. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I wish the season was starting today.
We got to talk about the elephant in the room.
We got
week 1. Matthew Stafford, Sunday
Yes,
Night
sir.
Football,
Yeah.
coming back to Detroit. And those
Yeah.
LA Ram fans I've seen on Twitter as well talking a lot of shit. And I don't understand why you want to go 0-2. Your last 2 games of your NFL season was last year when we ended it. Retired Aaron Donald, sent him to the old folks home where he belongs. You guys want to come back in
Yeah.
even more jam-packed house
Yeah.
where it's not a playoff game, but it's still going to be a rowdy crowd.
It's going to be a playoff game.
It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know why Rams fans want to come back to Detroit. I thought maybe you guys would try to take a little detour and just go straight over to Cleveland, but I don't know why you want to come here. This is not a safe place for football teams.
Is Kelly coming to the game?
I would imagine. I would imagine she would be journeying to Detroit because why wouldn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the drama behind that. But I can't wait for it, man. I'm not gonna hate Matt Stafford until game week, so I'm not gonna throw any shade his way just yet. But just know, all the things that you felt, Matthew, about trying to break our hearts as Detroit Lions fans and Detroit Lions players, I'll be feeling those come game week.
Here's a question.
What you got?
Hot question. Matthew Stafford tribute video this time?
Still no.
No?
Matthew Stafford will get a tribute video when he retires and comes back to Detroit for his Ring of Honor. That's it. Other than that, if we're playing him in a regular season game, in a playoff game, listen, I don't want Matt Stafford to have a tribute video if we play those guys in the preseason, right? I'm just saying, man, like it has to be when he comes back. I'm gonna give him all his flowers. I'm gonna say, hey, man, appreciate everything that you did for the city. I appreciate you did for everything that you did for this team, playing injured, just the sacrifices that you made. But if you are coming in as an opponent, I'm gonna treat you as an opponent. You know how I feel about these guys when they're no longer Detroit Lions. So the fact that I even utter his name.
Matthew Stafford's in a different category.
That's what I'm saying. So the fact that I even uttered his name is respect. But no, man, I'm not. No tribute videos for me, man. You give him a tribute video regular season?
I'm all for. I'm like a light switch. All right, I can give you your tribute video. Maybe 10 minutes before kickoff. They start playing the video on the Megatron. Nice joyful moment. I'll give you a little subtle golf clap while I'm standing there watching. Hey, respect everything you did for us, which was not win any meaningful games, but you're the leader in a lot of stats. So here's your tribute video.
Yeah.
Now, when that ball goes in the air and the game's going on, it's fuck Matthew Stafford. I could flip that light switch and go from, hey, I appreciate it, to time to kill him. Not literally, but
Were you at the game where you had to be there? The Ravens game when Calvin Johnson had his ceremony at halftime.
I wasn't.
So Sheila came out and everyone on earth booed her.
Yep, I know.
And then Martha was there too. Everyone on earth. I mean, it was like there were people around the city of Detroit that were booing that you could hear at Ford Field. Like it was everywhere. And I would imagine that it's going to be something similar if there's a Matthew Stafford tribute, because I think that it's not going to be booing, but you're just going to hear Jared Goff, Jared Goff. So if I was Matthew Stafford, I wouldn't even want a tribute video because you're not even going to be able to hear it because it's going to be drowned out by Jared Goff chants.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's just give him his respect, man, when it's time to give him his respect. And one other thing too, being on that field, sometimes it's about just how you feel, man. And I don't want Matthew Stafford to come in here on a regular season game that could matter in seeding later on the back half of this season and where our playoff spot is going to be. And that feels good to say. But I don't want a game that matters to mess around and have Stafford get hot because of how he feels, starting to watch that thing on the Jumbotron and start to feeling good and be like, hey, man, I'm that guy. I'm still that guy. I'm a beast. And then go out there and play like a beast. No, I want him to feel horrible. Like, if anything, I want every interception that he's ever thrown, every big hit that he's ever taken to be on that Jumbotron. That's what I want him to see and think about going into that football game. Like, question yourself before you go out there. Don't feel great about yourself, man. But again, for all my Matthew Stafford lovers, which I am a Matthew Stafford lover when he's not playing the Detroit Lions. much respect. And when the time comes to induct you into the Ring of Honor or just to bring you back to show our appreciation for you, I will be there cheering you on.
I think it's very ironic that we play both playoff teams that we beat last year. We start out with the Rams, then we go right into Tampa Bay, also at home. Just two teams we beat in the playoffs. I don't know. It's just a little like, what's the NFL doing here? Like, I get it. It's a business. They're all about clicks and views and you know, what's going to make them the most money. So we got two teams right off the rip who were coming here looking for revenge for us ending their seasons last year. So, I mean, I'm looking at that, but that Monday night game, week 4 against Seattle, a team that's had our number the last 3 or 4 times we've played them. Monday night, rocking crowd. Here's a question for the Sunday night game. You think we're showing off the black jerseys week 1 right off the rip?
Oh, please.
Do we see them Sunday night? Do we see them week 4 against Seattle? And do we see them Thanksgiving? Could we see these black jerseys 3 times?
I think we probably see them at least 3 times. At least. Yeah. I don't know about Thanksgiving, though. I don't know about Thanksgiving.
Well, they usually wear their alternate or whatever it is on Thanksgiving. So I think that's a slam dunk.
Yeah. I don't know. The black, I don't know. Because the only reason why I say that is this. Amon-Ra put it perfect. The black jerseys are for funerals. And I don't know if we going to have a funeral on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't know if we want to go in with that mindset. It is the Bears though, so maybe I don't know.
Caleb Williams' first time here. Hey, to your funeral.
Night. Hey, buddy. The ceremony.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. Yes, sir. So yeah, I don't know, man. I hope we see them at least 3 times though. But yeah, definitely to start the season, I think that we're going to see those black jerseys.
Week Matt 1, Stafford. Right off the rip. Sunday night football. Stafford, black unis, prime time. Whoo, man.
We going black on blue or we going all black?
All black. Give me the all black. Yes, give me the all black. Give me the all black right off the rip.
Steve, you got me going.
And then Monday night we could go black on blue or vice versa. I don't care, but switch it up a little bit. What's a game on the schedule you're most looking forward to? Is it one we've already talked about?
Yeah, if I would say for that question, we got to take the Matt Stafford game right out of the equation because I am pumped about that. I think that the NFL was like, hey, here you guys go. Let's do it. But there's a couple, man, but narrowing it down to one, I would say this, and this is what I would thought when I first seen this schedule. The San Francisco 49ers, December 30th, because I think that it could be a situation where that game, maybe we're both having solid seasons and that game doesn't hold as much weight, but it's going to be for the regular season, but it's going to be very tactical. And what are we showing? What are they showing? What are we showing? I don't want to show too much because we might mess around and see you guys in a few weeks again in the playoffs. So I think that that's going to be a game that I'm really interested in, especially if we're both in a driver's seat, but our seeds are kind of locked in wherever we're at. Or if we're not and that game matters and we still potentially see those guys. Because you asked me a question before about this offense and their offense. Like if Donovan Peoples-Jones takes a huge step forward, what will this offense look like and how will it be? Or if we got another weapon at the X, how would this offense look? And I think that if we're a top 5 offense again and they're a top offense, or if Donovan Peoples-Jones comes in and really contributes even more than Josh Reynolds did, what will this offense look like? And maybe we're fighting for those top 3, top 2, top 1 number offenses at the top of this thing. Man, just the fireworks that could bring with our new secondary. DJ Reader, Christian McCaffrey. I just feel like we got marquee names now, man. I used to look at our roster and I would think, okay, Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, end of list. You know what I mean?
No love for Reggie Bush. Mr. got his Heisman back a couple weeks ago.
No,
1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, I did think that Reggie did do a good job here. He did more than I thought that he was going to do here. But
Golden Tate, screw you. Like
it just those guys to me are. Reggie Bush was on the end of his career. Golden Tate is an enhanced role player. Like I'd never looked at Golden Tate as a superstar. He was just a guy that was that you would talk about, you know what I mean, when he came to town, or if you were the opposing team, but he wasn't like a guy. You're not game planning for Golden Tate. You're like, You got to account for them though. But I feel like, man, faces of the league or jerseys that you'll see in other states or could be favorite players. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a favorite player for other states kids. You know what I mean? Like the same thing for a lot of these defenders now, man. I think that if Terrion Arnold does what everyone's hoping that he's going to do, he could be somebody that's going to be, his jersey is bouncing around. Aiden Hutchinson, his jersey is bouncing around in other states other than the state of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of guys, we got those type of names on our team now, and I think that's really cool, man. If you're a lineman, you're probably watching Penei Sewell. So we got names on this team. It's exciting to watch. We got a primetime team now, a team that's being talked about all over the country, and I'm pumped about it, Steve.
Well, I was kind of keeping this one up my sleeve, but since you mentioned Aiden Hutchinson, he's getting another taste of CJ Stroud November 10th, Sunday Night Football. And we've talked about this since we drafted Aiden Hutchinson. Like, you know, I was pretty high on CJ Stroud last year. And I said, hey, man, you know, I can't wait to see CJ Stroud, Aiden Hutchinson again. 2021, Michigan, Ohio State. Like Aiden Hutchinson was all over him. Game wrecker, him, David Ojabo. So we get a little glimpse of that Sunday Night Football down in Houston. I'm excited for that one. But I'll tell you, my favorite game that I'm looking at, it's just something about those home Monday night games. Like I'm pumped, absolutely ecstatic, can't wait, counting down to week 1, Sunday Night Football. But those Monday night games, they're just different.
They are
like
different.
You are the only game on the schedule that day. You get the prime spotlight. You're the final game of the week. Seattle, who's a pretty good team. They've beaten us the last 3 or 4 times. It's usually been exciting games, high scoring games. We gotta get that monkey off our back and get that win on Monday night. But I look at that one. I think you're right about the San Francisco game. That's going to be arguably the most important game of the season, probably. It could come down. That could be a game that decides like home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Like we could be in a scenario where it's like, all right, are we going back to San Francisco again, or are they coming to us this year? And I think if we have that NFC Championship game in Detroit last year, it's a different outcome. So that game is going to be vitally important. Yeah. And then you can't overlook that and say, well, we still got to get over, Minnesota. So our schedule's tough, man. I think it's one of the tougher schedules. Like even the AFC teams that we're playing, like the AFC South is pretty damn good. Like we got the Titans. We've played the Jaguars a couple years ago. That was when James Houston kind of started to really show out and almost ended Trevor Lawrence's career.
Yeah, that looked bad, man.
Houston's got some Super Bowl aspirations. Indy's a young up-and-coming team. So like I said, the NFL hates us, man. They didn't do us many favors. Early bye week, it's just a perfect storm, but you want to be a championship caliber team, this is the storm you got to weather.
Steve.
William.
Are we going to Houston?
For a work schedule wise, Houston's not the best option for me. Okay. We were looking at that Arizona game just with our work schedule. I'm off for a week before that game. But we were looking at the flights, man. Those flights are just so damn expensive. It's like $1,000 a person to fly out there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, maybe if we got some more subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, the Houston game would be the one I would like to go to, Houston or Dallas. But we were looking at the Arizona game just because it was better with work schedules. But I can't justify going out there to watch Marvin Harrison Jr. get locked down by Terrion Arnold. Like I could just, see that anytime I want. Yeah, but yeah, we're not going to do a prediction on the record. Maybe we'll save that for like right before week 1. Let's get through training camp, which speaking of training camp, I like our training camp schedule with for preseason, Giants, Chiefs, Steelers at home. The other 2 are on the road. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully when those dates get announced, we can get up there and get a good look at Hendon Hooker, some other players we've been talking about all season. But yeah, that's who we'll be playing at home in the preseason is the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the date and time not determined yet. So I can't wait, man. I'm itching. I'm ready for some football, and it's only May 16th.
I do have one thing that I'm worried about.
Running the table, beating the 72 Dolphins, just putting their records to bed.
No, I'm not worried about that. But I'm worried about Blake Corum, man. Just having to start off his season, NFL career, just 0 yards.
Confidence. Kill your confidence.
Man, am I no good? Like, what are we doing here? Like, -2 yards in the game, like 12 rushes. Like, what?
12 rushes, only got 6 yards because I accidentally tripped one time. I don't know. Yeah, we see JJ McCarthy, another Michigan kid right off the rip. There's a bunch more too. I think I saw something that 17 Michigan Wolverines from last year are coming to Detroit this year for the first time. Something like, it might not have been 17, but it was a double digit number. So like, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So guys, just a quick little episode talking about the schedule. I know we're a little late. Couldn't get on here yesterday. So here it is. Leave some comments down below. Hit that like button if you're new. Stick around, subscribe. We'll be back later with another show.
Peace.